Found the missing patrols? They were all dead then. But we must turn our minds to other matters. When the patrols failed to return, we assumed the worst, and sent a single I want you to contact those scouts and gather their reports. When you find them, tell them you're my representative, and ask them if the bears are still hunting. Return when you've gathered all of their report. Hello? What do you want? And don't try anything funny. You speak truly, for it is unlikely that an outsider would know both the Elder... Very well. I've been observing the penal facility there in the... Eventually, the NCR got around to putting the prisoners down. But not until they had wreaked havoc. Give this to the Elder.
Don't take another step if you value your life. For what purpose do you approach me? Strange that the Elder should send an outsider. My observations have mostly focused on the small that such an act could occur so far west is nearly that they have not responded to this. I've collected some...
Watch out!
I've had worse.
Yeah? I'm not surprised. Criminals like to act tough, but they're no match for...
Hey, welcome aboard.
One of the Ranger vets looked at me, and I just about surrendered.
Approach slowly, stranger. If you have no business with me, then go. Then I am sworn to report. I've been dividing my time between the camps and one belongs to the NCR, the other to a band of slavers known as Caesar's Legion. I was sure the NCR would quickly win, but that has not happened. Instead, the two sides maintained a long stalemate, and only after an extended duration did the NCR finally destroy its opponent. When they did, it appeared they did so with the help of fresh reinforcements. I do not believe they could have managed the feat without them. That savages such as these could last so long against the NCR is troubling. Please, take my findings to the Elder. He'll know what to make of this.
Have you had any luck finding the scouts? Or did you have something to discuss? Good. Let's take a look. I'll have to review these in detail. You've become someone I can count on. I would like you to find the components we need to fix this bunker's air filtration system. See Senior Knight Lorenzo for the...
I heard some special squad of Rangers on its way to the Vegas area.
Yeah? It's our virtual reality training hall. We don't really go out all that often anymore, so this is how we stay sharp. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm not Head Scribe Taggart quickly soon after that.
Hello? Oh, you must be the outsider everyone's buzzing about. So now I'm going to have your death on my conscience too? Right. You think you're the first person the Elders trusted with this? He sent 3 of our patrols out looking for those components, and they're all dead. I was the one who supplied the Elder with the location of possible sites where we could find the components, so their deaths are my fault. And now it's your turn. Well, don't say you weren't warned. I won't take the blame when you die. The items I'll need to keep the system. At present, my best guess, those vaults were usually... I'll mark the vaults...
Hello, outsider. There have been reports that the NCR is moving more and more troops into the area.
Good to see you. Alive, that is. Have you found all of the components yet? Really? I mean, that's great. I knew you could do it all along. I'll get right to work installing these. Why don't you go tell the Elder the good news? I'm sure it'll be a huge load off of his shoulders.
Hey,
You're being watched, so don't get any ideas.
Back again, I see. Good news for a change. Your efforts have humbled me, Outsider. You have done more than I could expect, even from my brothers. Moreover, I've been going over the Scouts' reports, and keep coming up with the same conclusion. The NCR is not the threat I've believed it to be. We should not have had to rely on your help in this crisis. I believed my actions were guided by caution and prudence, but I now see the truth. People called me a hero after what happened at Helios. But I left that battle scarred by fear, and have allowed that weakness to govern my actions. That ends now. I will undo the wrong I have done my brethren and lift the lockdown. With luck, we will once again flourish. Please, take this. It is a small token of my thanks, and scarcely begins to repay the debt owed you, but is all I am allowed to give an outsider. This key will allow you to use...
You look tired, Ibsen.
Welcome, outsider. Well, with the surface open to us once again. What can I... That is this base. We use it to hide our patrol. You've certainly earned the right. But exceptional individuals like yours... While your actions up to this... However, I do have... As one of our patrols discovered, the mutants just to the... However, this turn of events could also be an... As the inhabitants have now proven themselves hostile, I want you to head up to the summit. It will allow us... If we're going to operate on the surface...
Trouble.
Good work, human. I still have a job to do here. Some mutants may have heard Tabitha. I'll remain and direct anyone who show up.
Thank you for visiting New Vegas.
Listen, I want to thank you for helping me out. I'm sorry that... but at least I got the chance to try. Thank you for giving me... Why does every... Nice! Can I order room service?
What's up? A courier doc...
There you are. A few of us wanted to thank... We'll leave a few of them in that footlocker in the corner every so often.
Greetings, my friend. Yes, we've already started receiving telemetry from it. This will be a great help in our future efforts, and I thank you. Now then, it is my great honor to bestow upon you the title of Paladin of the Brotherhood, for meritorious service above and beyond the call of duty. I'm afraid a formal ceremony was out of the question, given our current state. But I had the Knights refurbish a suit of our power armor for your use. Now I suppose I'm going to have to First, let's go over how to put it... There. I think you've got the... I've also given the order that all of our equipment be made available to you. You're a member of the Brotherhood. Lastly, you will be allowed to come and go as you please. I just ask that you keep the...
What's up? Sure, just don't treat me like a pack Brahmin, okay?
Greetings, my friend. It's a protect... It was However, there are now... And so the... We have...
That's okay.
If it's not broken weapons, it's broken power armor. Morning.
House dead, we'll have Vegas annexed before the year's out.
I'm not supposed to let civilians just walk around. I'm in charge of the radio, hence the title. Well, when there's trouble regular NCR troops can't. We're also responsible for keeping the borders of the NCR secure, scouting out threats, that sort of thing.
Now that Mr. House is gone, might be opportunity. Hey there, need any? Opportunities on the strip for an enterprising merchant.
Who the hell are you? I know you weren't one of the inmates. That coward Lim has been talking about surrendering to the NCR. Now the men are confused, not sure who's leading this gang. He was an inmate like the rest of us. He's just another coward. He wants us to leave the vault and hand our asses to the NCR. A beautiful thing. Saved a little blast powder here, hit a makeshift weapon there, and one day I orchestrated a little symphony for the NCR. Heard there was an abandoned vault along this mountain ridge, and that the wildlife here had teeth big enough to... It's a fucking death trap around here. Fiend swarm. If you're looking for humans, the Khans are north of us, and there's an NCR base of it.
Grim's got some in town now.
Damn, running low on smokes again.
Prim's got some new sheriff watching over the town now.
You're not one of us. What do you want? Fucking Cook has us trapped here. After we escaped from a group of us want to leave. Go back to the NCR. I made it out during Cook's big prison break. Like the rest of the guys here. Samuel Cook. It was his idea to organize a jailbreak. But now he's just an over-ambitious prick who's gonna get us all killed. I'm... Later. Please. Please.
Halt! What business? Very well. However, be warned.
You're the one Lucullus said would come. You'll find him waiting for you down at the docks. Legion... we crossed the river when the profligates fled from Searchlight. From here, we stage raiding parties and process... I'm an officer of the Legion of the rank Decanus. When we encamped, I commanded a counterband... So I command what's left, under the wise... As much as their cowardice will allow. Their landmines have caused... If they're more powerful than... Tin cans, gunpowder, scrap metal, and duct tape. That would be worth knowing.
Oh, I see. Caesar does not like to be kept waiting. He should still...
A profligate bearing the mark of Caesar. Cursor Lucullus is waiting for you with the barge at the docks. He will take you to the fort to speak with Caesar. It is the armor of a Centurion. You have the rare honor of beholding it unspattered by the blood. Of course, when Vulpes Inculta drove the NCR from Searchlight by clever means, Caesar himself ordered me to set up this... It's a modest presence, a single finger of the Legion reaching across the river's narrows. But with me here, it has an iron knuckle.
Awe, are you ready to head upriver? The trip will take...
Wait a second. What's going on? Am I playing Virgil to your Dante? I'd like to assume that we're tiptoeing into the mouth of hell out of academic curiosity.
Ed 2, Miyamike? I have to commend you on your sense of historical propriety, but have you given more than a passing thought to how... No disrespect intended, but you want... Just give me a sign when you're about to pull out the dagger so I know when to make a run for the cliffs.
By order of Caesar, all visitors must disarm and relinquish all band... Your belongings will be returned to you when you... The camps are getting crowded. So you're the visitor I've heard some of the legionaries talking about. Have a look. I haven't...
Imagine a follower brave enough to be free.
I'm harsh on the children.
Some of the slaves have been spreading stories about the burned man.
You here to fight in the arena? That can be arranged. You will be facing off against a couple of disobedient slaves. Remember the rules. Light armor and machetes only.
Awe.
If you're injured, I might have... I never finished my training. I do know basic first aid, but I'm always running low on Xanderroot. Oh, I've been using 2 roots for flour. For sick. I can only do that.
Some of the slaves have been spreading stories about the burned man again. You must enter Caesar's tent alone. You must enter Caesar's tent alone.
Okay.
Some of the slaves have been spreading stories about the burned man again.
You're the courier who caused so much trouble for my legion, and yet you dare come before me. The garrison I established at Nelson has been wiped out. Years of meticulous scheming to place a mole at Camp McCarran. Wasted. You even disrupted a promising weapons deal with the Van Graffs. So tell me this, because I really want to know. I am feared, with good reason. But you, of all people, dare to come here and stand before me, the mighty Caesar. What were you thinking? We'll talk about the platinum. You do know why I wanted. A man nearly kills you, so you track him across the breadth of the Mojave. You arrive on the strip and waltz into the Lucky 38 like someone left you a key under the doormat. You assassinate the head of the chairman in his own casino and get away with it? Then something happens to Mr. House's robot, some kind of military upgrade. But the topper, the coup de grace, Mr. House dies while you're visiting him at the Lucky 38. When you set your mind to something, you get results. I like that. The question is, are you ready to get started? The time is fast approaching when my liege... Before that happens, I want Mr. House erased from the picture. Not just the... Down the hill, at the... Inside the building is a hatch. Now that same sigil is on the... Even more interesting, there's a slot about the same... I think the platinum chip opens... I want you to destroy whatever you... So go to the building and take this fucking platinum chip with you. My legionaries will meet you there, with your weapons and equipment. Good.
Awe, true to Caesar. It is a great honor for anyone out. We recently obtained an artillery... The tribe calling themselves...
What a load of Brahmin shit! Can you believe that guy? A fair point. But from the perspective of someone west of the Colorado, the man is clearly out of his mind. Maybe he didn't intend for things to wind up this way. But that doesn't mean he needs to perpetuate this bizarre anachronistic myth. And it doesn't mean that we should sit by and nod our heads at every absurd faux... He's a tyrant. The bad... Lead the way.
None may enter.
Caesar has permitted your... Caesar is...
Some of the slaves have been spreading stories about the Burned Man again.
I need to talk to you about something, if you have a minute.
Any day now? Caesar's going to try to march across Hoover Dam and kick NCR out of the Mojave. We're getting caught up in something important out here. Hell, after how you handled Benny, you're practically right in the middle of all this. I know I'm just along for the ride, but it's made me think about the past and how I might be able to help out. I wasn't always with the followers, or with the NCR. My late father was an officer in a group called the Enclave, a remnant of America's pre-war government. Memories being short around here, not a whole lot of people remember them. But they did bad things. Terrorized communities, kidnapped people. Eventually someone stopped them. I was born a few years later at a military base on the coast, a place called Navarro. A lot of different places. I only know what I was told. Some of them were cut down by the NCR and the Brotherhood. My mother never told me what happened to my father, but she and I went south with some others. When the NCR learned that Enclave personnel had integrated, we kept moving to the fringes. It's one of the reasons why I wound up out here. After the Enclave's command structure fell apart, it was only a matter of time before my mother and I left with some of the troopers from my father's old unit, the same people I've kept in contact with over the years. Anyone who didn't get out was killed by the NCR.
Even some of the ones who escaped were eventually hunted down by the The Enclave did a lot of bad things. Not many of them are alive anymore, but I think they can make a difference in the... Great. I'd like you to talk to the old-timers, the remnants. I don't think I can convince them, but you're a big part of what's happening out here. When you talk to them, they'll understand how important this all is. I've kept in contact with them over the years, so I know where you can find them. But I doubt they'll open... I know I'm not always the most serious guy.